Here's something really fascinating. The content dives deep into the history of music notation, starting with Guido of Arezzo's original
Yep.
code. It explores how his binary visual approach, notes being either on a line or between lines, formed the basis for a unified musical system.
Right. And it's amazing how this idea of symmetry and wholeness was built right into the system. It even reflects the human body and, symbolism like the Christian Trinity.
Exactly. It's like, Guido's method wasn't just about writing notes. It was about integrating sound, symbol, and duration into one coherent whole. This unity is what modern music education, especially with the Soft Mozart system, is trying to restore.
Yeah, and I found it really interesting how they linked the historical shift from, say, a focus on educational learning to a more performance-like mentality once Mozart came onto the scene. It essentially turned music literacy into this sort of elitist art.
Right, exactly. The content points out that the move toward virtuosity and celebrity, like with Mozart and even that story about Beethoven, diverted us away from the foundational, accessible way Guido intended music to be taught.
Uh-huh. And what's interesting is how they argue that modern approaches have led to a fragmented notation system, like the incorrect numbering in bass clefs and separation of letter notation from solmization.
Absolutely. It's like, they say that by breaking the natural connection between the note, its sound, and its duration, students end up memorizing isolated symbols instead of, really
Yeah, I
understanding
get that.
music intuitively.
But don't you think some might argue that separating these elements makes it easier to learn individually before integrating them later?
I see that point, but the content respectfully challenges that idea, emphasizing that the original holistic approach builds stronger neural connections and makes like the learning process more natural.
Right.
It's like learning to speak your native language rather than memorizing vocabulary in isolation.
And then there's the modern twist, the Soft Mozart Art Academy and its interactive modules. They really turned the ancient principles into a dynamic, tech-driven educational tool.
Yes, exactly. They use story-based learning, gamification, and even color coding to distinguish notes on lines versus spaces, reaffirming Guido's binary system.
Yep.
Plus, the system even details connecting digital pianos via MIDI, troubleshooting, and so on, merging technology with tradition.
It almost sounds too good to be true, bringing back lost music literacy through both scientific and interactive teaching methods.
True, and it's pretty revolutionary because it challenges the norm of viewing music as just performance art. Instead, it reintegrates, a more comprehensive brain-based approach to learning music that truly respects historical methodology.
Yeah, and I love how it motivates students by making them active participants in their learning, like through academic recitals and a progress diary. That interactive aspect could really fight the learned helplessness that traditional methods bring.
Exactly, it's both, intellectually rich and, accessible. It combines historical wisdom with modern tech to, in a way, democratize music
Right
education.
on.
This deep dive really makes you, rethink what it means to be musically literate.
Absolutely. It leaves me wondering if we restore these original principles, could we revolutionize how everyone experiences music, from casual listeners to, future musicians?
That's the idea. It's a call to, re-embrace the art in a way that is scientifically sound and culturally inclusive. And, who knows? Maybe the future of music education is about merging the best of both old and new.
For sure. It's a pretty exciting vision, one that really bridges centuries of musical thought.
Yep.
This blend of history, science, and modern tech could truly revitalize how we think about learning music.
Absolutely. It's like rediscovering a lost language. And really, music becomes something you live rather than just, perform.
And that's a revolution worth backing.